Loves, you're welcome to my channel, and today let's go basic by learning how to make pleats. So let's go right into the tutorial. For this project, I'm going to use 3 yards of fabric and I'm going to keep them together as one. I want to follow the pattern of the fabric, so I'm just going to mark 1 inch down like this at the blue black area. That is going to serve as my hemming allowance. Okay, mind you, the 3 yards are together. Okay, so I'm going to mark the length of my skirt from that dark line. And for you to know the lower part of a full dress, that's if you are going for a full dress, you take note of your half length. So here the half length I'm using is 16 and the full length is 39 inches. Now to know the lower part, you are going to deduct 16 from 39. That's the half length from the full length. So that is 39 minus 16. Okay, so now the result will be 23 inches. Now the person is kind of short, so I'm going to keep this 23 inches. But if you are using the exact measurement of the person, add ½ inch to that measurement as well as your hemming allowance and use that as the full length of your measurement. So I'm going to mark that. I'll go ahead and cut that out. So now the leftover can be used as the upper part of the dress. That's if you are making a dress. It's usually advisable to cut the lower part of a dress. Then you can manage the leftover of the fabric for the upper part. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and cut the lower part as well. So this is what we have now, and the lower part will be hemmed. The 1 inch at the lower part will be hemmed. Okay, so I'll go ahead and open up the whole 3 yards of material. This will be enough for an average person, the 3 yards. So I'm going to use 1½ inch for zipper allowance. So from the edge of the fabric, I'm going to mark 1½ and I'm using a chalk that can be erased by the application of heat. So if you are not using that kind of chalk, just mark the 1½ inch at both ends and then you notch. After notching, then you go ahead and fold in like this and then you hand press it, okay, to get a crease line. You can as well iron it. That way you can identify it as the zipper allowance without marking. Okay, so away from that zipper allowance, then we will start our measurement. Now I'm going to use a width, that's the pleat. I'm going to use a width of 4 inches. It depends on exactly what you are going for. So the one I'm going for is 4 inches. So away from that 1½ inch, I'll start marking 4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to mark that 4 inches throughout the material because you wouldn't know the amount you are going to exhaust depending on the waist measurement of the person. So I'll go ahead and mark that. I like to mark all around before I start pleating, so I don't mark and pleat, mark and pleat. You can as well do that. Okay, so I find this easier. Alright, so the most important thing you need is iron. That will help you to press down the pleats you make, and you need pins as well to pin them down. Okay, so now I'm going to pick the first 4 inches mark I made from the zipper allowance. I'm going to pick them up from the top and the down, because I marked the 4 inches both top and down. I forgot to mention that, I'm sorry. So I'll go ahead and pleat it to one side like this, because it's a box pleat. Then I'll go ahead and give it a good press, not iron press. Okay, so that is it. And the next thing is to pick the next 4 points, both the top part and the lower part. I'll pick it this way, and then just follow what I'm doing. Okay, then I'll go the other way, which is the opposite way. Okay, make sure one point meets the other, one mark meets the other, if that makes sense. So one 4-inch mark meets the other 4-inch mark. And you also have to make sure you have 4 inches of pleat. Okay, so I'll do the same thing after pressing. I'll pick the next 4 line top and down, and then to the other way again. Make sure it meets the points or the marks you've made. They should be visible. You get rid of those parts, so it's okay if it's visible by the chalk. Okay, then I'll pick it again and go the other way. So you're going to be doing this throughout the fabric. You're going to be repeating the same process as you move ahead. Just make sure you pleat, press alongside, because it's just nice when doing that from top to down. By the time you finish, you see the crease lines of the pleat. So I'll just go ahead and finish up with this. So as you move ahead, do well to measure, to keep track of the waist measurement you are using. Okay, so I'll go ahead and pleat, because I had to pleat more to get to the waist measurement I'm using. And I'll go ahead and measure again after pleating. So here I have where my waist measurement ends. So I'm going to mark that, and after marking, I'll mark the same measurement I have at the lower part like this. And I'll go ahead and make a little pleat. Kindly watch what I'm doing. I'll make a little pleat like this. So after pleating, I'll go ahead and measure again to get the exact measurement. If there is anything, then you just have to adjust. Okay, so here I have my exact waist measurement. That is where it ends, and you should make sure it ends at where you've pleated. Okay, so away from that, I'll mark the 1.5 inch allowance, and I'll go ahead and put that into a straight line, and I'll cut it out. So I'll notch where the zipper allowance is to make sure I identify it, and I'll just go ahead and cut. The next thing to do is to stitch the upper part down and hem the lower part. So this is how it looks after pleating, hemming, and tucking the upper part down. So I'm going to fold and notch the center, because I'm making a dress, and I'll grab the top part and fix it at the waist part with the notches together, and I'll go ahead and fix zipper and the cape, and that will be all. Hopefully in our next video I'll share with us how to make the upper part, that's off shoulder with cape. And I really hope you've learned something from this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.